Feeling a dip in your hip, a glide in your stride. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe, with shows throughout the week. Everything you want, everything you could need. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from the spiritual to the unknown, from emotions to comedy. You can find us at Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and so much more. This is R.I.F.T Nation Network, the RNN. And now, your featured show.
Hello, there you are.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Welcome everybody
back
to the Otter's Den with Keith and Joni.
What's happening? Okay, we want the tea. We want the tea. We want the whole Scarefest tea.
Tea? You want tea?
No, I got tea.
I got some over here on the TV tray.
We have tea. We want tea about Scarefest.
Hey, Howie. It was amazing. It is every year. Every year it gets bigger and bigger, and this year did not disappoint. We don't have all the final numbers in yet. They're still counting. But if I was to guess, I would say somewhere between 35 to 45,000 people came through there. I'm not kidding. The line went out the door, around the building twice, and back half around. And people just kept getting in line all day. It was crazy busy.
Isn't that great?
It is. Everything went real smooth, at least as smooth as can be affected, but as expected for that big of a show. It's one of the biggest. And like I said, it did not disappoint. The stars, the fans, the vendors, the healers. It was amazing. I worked the Spirit Mechanics booth with them. Saturday got real busy there. And then Sunday's Kids Day, I didn't stay. I had to head back to Nebraska to get my stuff ready and have a recovery day to get back to work tomorrow. So,
yeah.
But it was amazing. Got to see my
so
family.
You were at one of my old stomping grounds, Bobby Mackey's.
Bobby Mackey's, yes. We got the opportunity to go investigate Bobby Mackey's. I've always wanted to see if it lived up to the hype, and it actually did not disappoint.
I know.
Steve was in the men's restroom in the stall, and his walking cane, got tossed over the partition. Not even kidding. Shadow figures all over the place.
All over.
Voices, things moving, footsteps. Did not disappoint. Now the hole in the basement, they say is that portal to hell.
No.
It's kind of just a hole in the dirt in the basement.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it there.
I've been down there when they still had it was called the Latin Quarter back in the mob days.
Yeah.
When Newport was Newport, before Bobby Kennedy kicked everybody out to Vegas, that's where the mob was.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I'd
That's where the
heard
mob
that.
was.
Yeah. Jeff Matt, he kind of gave us a little bit of a history of it. And
Yeah.
he did mention that.
Yeah. And it was called the Primrose before that. So it was the Latin Quarter Primrose. My bar was next door, and my bar was called the Light Cafe. And my bar, the chauffeurs and the drivers would go up and wait for their mob bosses to get done and then go pick them up.
That's interesting.
Yeah. But now it's a parking lot.
Yeah. I was just going to ask because I didn't see a building next to it.
Yeah.
For the Facebook user, if you could do us all a favor, and I put it in the comments here. It's right here. If you could go click on that link, that will allow us to see who you are. Because to us, you're just showing up as Facebook user.
Yeah.
Facebook. And we
Facebook
want to know
user.
who you are.
Yeah, we want to know who you are.
Yes.
Hi, Kim. Yeah, so I've got some old Latin Quarter coat checks.
Uh-huh.
I'll mail them to you.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I have all kinds of Latin Quarter stuff somewhere.
That would be amazing.
But I mean, I've been in there many times when the jukebox would start playing by itself. I mean, we would have my bar was just as haunted. I mean, it was like ashtrays would bust in half.
Yeah.
All that fun stuff.
Me and Steve actually played poker with one of the entities. It was interesting. We filmed some of it. We recorded it. So I haven't had a chance to go over the evidence yet, but
hilarious.
We'll and I actually had about the best poker hand I've ever had in my life.
Really? Well, you were right near the Underground Railroad, which we had tunnels that led down to the river from those bars.
Had no idea.
Yeah, it was the Licking. You were right. It's called the Licking River, but you're right at the mouth of the Ohio River.
Yeah, because Mackey's used to be a slaughterhouse, and they would just drain the blood and stuff would just run down into
the Licking River. Yeah.
I did find that out.
Yeah. I mean, that's old stomping grounds. Old stomping grounds.
Yes. At one time, one of them put their hand on me, one of the entities, and I just went, no, we don't do that without permission. And I heard, how do you do that? Like, how do you move my arm? I heard it. I hope I got it on audio because I had my recorder with me. I hope I got it on audio.
Did he mention a guy by the name of Carl?
Yes, Carl.
Oh my God. Okay. Carl was like Carl and I back in the night. Now get this, back in the 80s, Carl and I started a lot of that crap. We went out back when you had to go to the library. We went out and researched the whole history out at the library of Mackey's. This is before anything was going on, and Bobby had sworn that his first wife, Janet, was pushed down the steps.
I would believe it.
And so I got quite a few stories with Carl. Carl cleaned both properties and was maintenance person. And
okay.
Oh, Carl.
Yeah,
I got so many stories. They're hilarious.
They believe he is one that is now haunting.
No, he's not. I don't think so.
Stuff happened when they was calling his name. Just saying.
Well, he might. Oh my God. Could you imagine if I went down there? That was my buddy. He was my partner in crime.
You would be the trigger object.
I'm the trigger. Ask Bobby. Yes. I'm the trigger.
Yeah. Next year we get a chance to go back in there at Scarefest. Might have to give you a holler. Hey.
Oh yeah, we gotta call Bobby and tell him I'm coming.
Yeah, you gotta
come down. Carl used to say I was the reincarnation of Joanna because my name was Joni.
Well, it's something to look at. It's definitely something to look at.
Oh God, there was a big write-up in the National Enquirer about it. And my sister called me. She goes, "You're in the freaking National Enquirer." I said, "Shut up."
Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah. I got the stories. Yeah, if you ever go back there, I'll trigger Carl. You
Uh,
know what? Too. Did they show you the fake wall in the pool room?
Fake wall in the pool.
Yeah, you push on the wall and you go up the steps.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we weren't allowed up there because of the structural integrity up there. But yeah, we
Yeah.
they
Carl
showed-
used to live up there.
really.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah, it's
that's
a whole big place. It's a whole apartment.
okay.
Yeah,
Now,
Carl lived up there.
one thing I noticed standing outside, you got that, upstairs up front of the building.
Yeah.
And then towards the back of the building, it looks like there's another upstairs.
Yeah.
But nobody ever said that there's a stairs going up to that area.
Yeah, there is. They're hidden.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense.
I know all the secret passages.
All right.
I know all the secret passages.
We go back next year. We got to get you in there. Hey,
Oh, I'll
Jason.
go in a heartbeat. It'd be hilarious.
Yeah,
That's what Carl said.
It was kind of last minute that I found out that we were going to be able to go, and I was going to be able to go, and Christy was going to be able to go. And so it's just like, okay, we're going. Let's go.
Yeah, you guys, that's like another hour. It's an hour trip.
Hour and a half.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's another hour. That's hilarious. Yeah, I'll go. I'm 20 minutes away, if that.
Absolutely.
That's so funny. I'll show you all the secret passageways.
Awesome. That would be awesome. So you actually know Bobby Mackey personally?
Yeah, very well. Yes.
That would be sweet. That would be sweet.
Yeah, back in the day, back in the old stomping days of the 1980s. Lord.
Us still in high school.
Lord. I was young. I was in my 20s.
Well, there you go. 20s is good,
It was fun.
Good.
We had a lot of fun with that.
Get my mouse configured.
And that's when Ghostbusters was coming out too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we would go around saying we had gotten slimed. One time I was down in the basement with Carl, and we used to we didn't have flashlights. We could never, so we would take these flowers that they would give away and they'd light up.
Yeah.
Like you'd sell to people. And I'm like holding my flower up to his face, and he's like talking in a weird voice. And I'm like, cut it out. You're scaring the shit out of me. So I started hitting him with the flower. And he's calling me Joanna. And I'm like, shut up.
He was messing with you.
Oh.
He was messing
fun.
with you. But one of the people that Steve worked on pulled out some ooze. Most people couldn't see the ooze, but I could see the ooze. And so I pulled a Kleenex out of my pocket real quick because Steve handed it to me. I could feel the ooze, and it just felt like snot. And so I put it in the Kleenex and kind of wadded it up and like hand off, and I held it there, and I gave it to the person and said, "Okay, now take this out and burn it."
Yeah.
You know how quickly a Kleenex goes up?
Yeah.
You light it on fire and it's gone.
Right.
This thing burned for 15 minutes. It was windy outside. They lit it. The wind around it stopped blowing, and it burned with flames for 15 minutes. When it finally went out, the wind re-entered that area and blew the ashes away. It was
I've been in there by myself.
Renee!
I've been in there by myself. But I was never afraid there, because we were always laughing and having fun.
Raymond, we were just talking about Mackey's, man. Place off the hook. I got a witness to that Kleenex burning for 15 minutes.
Well, I'm telling you, I'll trigger Carl. I'm telling you, I'll go.
Renee, Raymond, Joni knew Carl.
Very well.
Knows Mackey.
Yeah, very well.
Right next to it where the chauffeurs would go.
The Light Cafe.
The Light Cafe.
Yep.
So we go back next year.
I'll go. I'll
We gotta
meet
get
y'all
Joni
down
there.
there.
She'll be our trigger object.
Yeah, I'll trigger. Well, the thing is, the light was really haunted. But we didn't really care. We just, we just ignored it.
No shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I know Carl very well.
Oh, hang on.
He's my buddy.
Hey, Patricia, how you doing? Howie, Joni, think we should meet up next year down at Matt Bobby's.
Oh, it'd be hilarious. It would be fun.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah,
It
I'm
was
right
amazing.
there. I'm 15 minutes away.
Now,
if
what I'm
that.
wondering is if when they tore the Light Cafe down, did those entities move back over into Mackey's?
They very well could have. We don't know. You know, Carl and I would laugh. I mean, I've seen the stuff happen right in front of my eyes. You know,
Yeah,
it's
we were-
pretty haunted. Now, Mackey's, I would say, is haunted.
It is. We were
I would
seeing
say
stuff
it's-
move. We were seeing shadow figures.
Yeah, I mean, I've witnessed it.
Yeah.
I have been there more than once where you'd just be sitting there and the jukebox would just start playing. And it would play the same damn song.
Which one?
It's hilarious.
Which song?
Wow, it's funny.
Which song?
Oh, I don't remember. God, it was back in the 80s.
That's interesting. Patricia can't get me on her laptop, only on her phone. So I can't sit on top of her lap. I can only sit on her phone.
We'll go. That would be hilarious. I need to go down there anyway. It'll be fun.
It was amazing.
I wish I would have known you guys were there.
Scarefest was amazing. It always is every year. And as good as it is to get away, get out of Wymore, hit the road, open road, it is just as good to get back home.
And it
wears you out in there. I mean, you can shield up, you can have your stones, your crystals for protection, and everything else, but with that many people going through there, it's going to drain you.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are, it's going to drain you eventually.
Yeah.
So,
and I think a lot more people are coming out because of, no virus, no nothing. It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Isn't it? You didn't see anybody wearing any.
Very, very few. There were a few, but very few.
Very few.
The subject, were they there? The subject. I'm not sure what you mean by that. The subject, is that like a band or something? A paranormal group?
Don't know. Don't know.
It was Insane Saturday. Not wrong.
I'm thrilled.
Just give me the finger if yes. Oh, never mind. I got you. No.
Oh,
didn't see
did
him.
you? Was nothing?
He's talking about some certain individuals. I know who he's talking about, and I
Oh.
did not see them. Doesn't mean they weren't there, but I did not see them.
Did you meet anybody interesting? We need to know.
Oh, okay. That's what he's talking about. Okay. Actually, I did. Lola was there. I met her a few years ago. We had a good conversation. As always. Always good to see her. Get a hug.
No, anybody new?
I'm getting there. Let me speak, woman. That was going to.
We want to know.
That was going to be my next sentence, but since you cut me off, I'm going to make you wait a minute.
No,
How
well,
you
I
like
know
me
she's
now?
an Aries. I know she's an Aries.
How you like me now?
I know she's an Aries. Aries.
Me and Christy were walking down the main entrance hall. Big long halls where people come in, stand in line to get in, whatever.
Yeah.
That's where they sell T-shirts, all that kind of stuff. We were almost to the main gate to go in, show your pass and get in. And I heard some woman call my name. I'm like, did you hear that? Because it didn't sound like anybody I knew. It was not a familiar voice. I'm like, okay, is there a spirit here calling my name? And I just start to turn around, and all of a sudden, this woman is jumping in my arms, hugging me. Like,
What?
alrighty then. And I look, oh, it's my Facebook friend, April Carroll. Had no idea she was going to be there.
Really?
Had no idea. And so, I did meet somebody that I did not expect to.
Crazy.
Just happens to be a friend.
How nice.
Yeah, we had a good conversation. A couple of them, actually. One there, went inside, and then we talked a little bit at the after party. And nice gal, real nice gal.
Just somebody that you know on Facebook.
Yeah,
Wow.
talk to her once in a while. Comment on each other's posts. You know how you do. Um,
Interesting.
yeah, I actually got to meet her. I love meeting my Facebook friends in person. That
Cool.
way it's more personal. You can
Sure.
feel their energy. You get to know that person on a personal level, and before anything can start anywhere, you got to get to know somebody, right?
Right.
Just saying.
Just saying.
But she's an actress. She's gotten some awards for some of her movies. I'm gonna find those and
Really?
watch those. It's got me curious. So
Now, where's your friend from?
I think like North or South Carolina.
Really? And
Yeah.
she was in Kentucky.
Hmm?
Interesting.
Yeah, it was like a 5-hour drive for her and 12-hour drive for me. So that would be like a 17-hour drive. That's far away.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. How it did happen. I called it. I was going to meet somebody. I didn't say how I was going to meet somebody. I even said it could just be a new friend. And
It's so cool.
somebody I knew, but now I consider them, a better friend and actual, friend
Friend.
instead of Facebook friend.
Like a friend. That's so cool. Well, I'm glad y'all had a great time.
Did I meet anyone with mermaid traits? Did not see anybody flopping around on the floor with the tail and gills. So I would have to say no, but there were some very interesting costumes.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, those were awesome. And some of these people put so much time and work in these costumes. They handmade them and they were amazing.
Who was the scary
pick-
person? Who was the star person?
As in, like, for the
Don't they have like a star scare, like a Jason person or somebody that was scary in the scary movies?
you mean like as far as the
Like a celebrity or something for people to
they had
meet?
all kinds of celebrities. I'd
Oh,
have to
did
go
they?
down the list. Yeah, but Steve Gonzalez and Tango that were there. I got to talk to them a little bit. I got them to do the woo with us over at Lex Live during the party. If you don't know what the woo is, me and Steve and Brian and Billy Crank started a few years ago. So when we walk into the bar, everybody knows that we are there because we do the Ric Flair woo, as loud as we can. And we did it again this year with more people, so it got bigger. And then Tango and Gonzalez walked in as we were getting ready to do it again. I'm like, oh, come on, guys, you got to do this. I explained, we do it every year, and do you want to get in on it? And Tango's like, you mean you do it next year? I'm like, well, yeah, but we're gonna do it right now. You want to do it right now? Okay, so we did the woo with Steve Tango, or Dave Tango and Steve Gonzalez from Ghost Hunters.
Oh, that's funny. Well, it sounds like you had a wonderful time.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful time. Isn't that great?
Yeah, it was. I wanted to talk with AR and Nap and Otter, but I never got the chance to. So I have to save that for next year, I guess. Normally we hang out a little bit.
Well, that's wonderful. Good deal.
Hey there. How you doing?
We will definitely do a thing at Mackey's next year.
Sounds good.
I'll have to get down there
yeah,
in the winter and talk to Bobby and tell him.
that'd be cool. That would be cool.
Yeah.
But we have been talking about that for 24
I wonder if he'd let us do a show down there.
Might.
Oh, I bet he would.
That'd be cool. Do the Otter's Den from Mackey's.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
Set it up on stage.
We could do it.
That would be phenomenal.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Oh, it will. It was, the whole weekend was a blast, and absolutely it wore us out. Freya is awesome. She got fixed and got all her shots and got her toenails clipped and got a little trim and she got all fixed up. So she's a little bit under the weather because the incision and everything, but she's going to be a lot better off down the road in her future with her health, as far as because chows, if you don't fix them when they're young, it does cause further health issues down the road. So you want to take care of her.
Oh, look at what Miss Renee said. Best.
Yes. And even the best weekends can be hectic, and you can run short-tempered here and there. But you get through it. You talk. You get through it. It was an awesome weekend.
Good. You can't find nicer people than the people in Kentucky.
Oh yeah, awesome.
Can you?
No, awesome.
They talk to everybody. Talks in the store, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know a stranger in Kentucky.
No, sometimes a little bit. They talk a little bit too much. I don't. You know me. I don't like to talk a lot. And you got these people coming up to you and just, I got to get back to the booth.
Yeah, they're probably like, "Where are you from?" So funny.
Well, look who's on the page now. It finally loaded. Facebook, it says you're a Facebook user. It's not showing your name. So if you could click on the link I'm going to put in the comments right here, that will allow us to see your name and know who you are.
Yeah, it says Facebook user. Well.
Yes, thank you. And I'm going to have to get caught up a little bit before I can get that from you. The expenses for this weekend ran a little high and ran into some other things with my truck. I had to get some parts for my truck. So I got to save up my pennies for a bit. I got to get caught up. Trip like that is not inexpensive. And I saved all year ever since I started working so I could do this. So I got to start saving again.
Oh, I'm glad you had a good time. Well, okay, so update us on the contest. We still have to vote, right?
Yeah, there's 3 days. Hang on, I can actually check right now.
Remember to vote, everybody. Go to Keith's Facebook page and vote. Face of Terror. Face.
I went from 10th to 8th. Awesome. There are 3 days left.
Face of Terror.
Face of Horror.
Oh, shit. Face of Horror. Well, I was close.
I'm going to see if I can put the link in the comments.
Get the link. Go to his Facebook page. And there it is right there.
Click on it. See if
it's so easy to vote. Vote.
Oh, it won't let me click on it. I can only show it.
Vote. And verify with Facebook.
Yeah, but it takes less than a minute. Literally.
I just voted.
Thank you. See how quick that is?
Look,
you can vote once every 24 hours.
I just voted.
Hey, that's me.
Yeah.
You can vote once every 24 hours. You can purchase votes, and that goes to a charity. And they call those, what do they call those? Goes to the B Plus Foundation. For families dealing with pediatric cancer. I mean, so it is for a damn good cause, just saying. But there's 3 days left in this round. I need to be first. And I didn't think I was going to make it through the last round, but I did. I got first. And so I
quarterfinalist.
This is quarterfinals.
So is there a round after this?
3 more. Quarterfinals. This is the 4th round of the last 4. So after this one, 3rd to last, 2nd to last, and then the last round. And I got to be first in every one of them. So if you could vote and share every day, I would appreciate it. Encourage your friends to vote. Like I said, it takes less than a minute.
I just did it. It took like 30 seconds. That's it. So vote daily. I do it with coffee.
It is appreciated. And some of these people, they got people buying votes from left and right. And, a lot of people I know can't afford to do that, and that's okay. But if you could get your friends to do the free vote, that makes up for that. Every little bit helps, and it's appreciated. I got scammed. I don't have money to buy plaster for my walls or my flooring. I'm sitting on my subfloor. I still need to put the actual flooring in, but I got to purchase.
So you win.
I win $13,000. That would go a long ways to help.
Yeah.
And
then the government gets half.
Well, is what it is.
Yeah. Hey.
But I also get to go to California and do a photo shoot with Kane Hodder, the original Jason, Friday the 13th, and for Rue magazine, and that may help me as well in a different aspect.
Yeah.
So, praying.
Vote. 3 days. Vote.
3 days in this round.
3 days. Well, guess what we've got coming up in 5 days?
Yeah. I actually have a GoFundMe. I have 2 of them actually. And when everything first happened, and it's appreciated, don't get me wrong, but I've got, a few $100 here and there, and it did help me get by till I got my job. But GoFundMe's, they just don't take off unless you have somebody of importance throwing it out there. This one person, I'm not going to go into details, but grabbed the wrong bottle. Thought they were grabbing shampoo bottle and grabbed Gorilla Glue and Gorilla glued their hands to their head. They got over $1.5 million.
Wow.
And I got maybe 500 or 600. So it's all in how much it's shared, how much it is put in the public. There's people on GoFundMe that just go look for people that actually need help. And that's who I need to find, is that person. But like I said, every penny that was donated is appreciated. Every little bit helps.
And it's a good cause. And you can do it for free if you do it daily.
Yes.
Free votes.
Yes. Once every 24 hours.
Right. And it'll tell you how, like if you have an hour left or whatever, it'll tell you.
It will.
So.
All right. Let's get to business.
Let's guess what we got coming up.
Eclipse.
Eclipse, baby. We just had one.
Yep. And we're going to have another one.
We got another one.
I know a lot of people that had a lot of issues come up with the last one. Didn't know what was happening. All of a sudden, boom, their life is a dumpster fire.
Was really?
Well, here's why. Other people, they had a lot of good things happening for them.
Yeah.
Now, the people that had the dumpster fire, they haven't done a whole lot of work on themselves. They're still the same old person they were, doing the same old thing they always have in the same way. And it's not working for them anymore. And they can't figure out why. The people that had some good things come into their life, they've been working on themselves. They've been pushing to step outside of their boundaries and try some new things. And they're having some good things come into their life.
That's true. You get back what you put out.
Absolutely.
It's a universal law.
The more you work on yourself, the less trauma you're going to have from your past, the less issues you have, always constantly coming up, being brought up by the retrogrades to deal with. Because every time you shove it back into the rug, it's going to get a little worse the next time it comes up. So do yourself a favor and just work through it. I know, there is no time limit on healing. I will give you that. But the quicker you can get that kind of stuff done, the better off you're going to be.
There comes a time when the universe says, I'm tired of hearing it. Move on, shut the door. You've healed, kick the crutch down the road, and let's go.
Right.
And that's that, this is one of those on the 28th coming up, because it's a full moon. It's our last one in the axis of Taurus and Scorpio, because we're shifting. If you remember, this is Taurus and Scorpio. We just had Libra, Aries. This is our last Taurus in Scorpio.
The eclipse we just had was in Libra season.
Libra, Aries.
This one is going to be in Scorpio season. It is Scorpio season, right?
Welcome to Scorpio. And
it is my season.
It's your season now. And what happens is you're going and look at the weather. You go from light, and I don't mean this in a negative way, from light to darkness. Because when you go into Scorpio season, no stone is left unturned.
No.
Get to the bottom.
Your shadow side may surface.
Yes.
On a personal level.
Yes.
And that's what I was talking about by doing your work, your shadow work. Looking at things, your shadow self is the aspects of yourself that you don't like to look at, the stuff about you that you don't think you like.
Yes.
It is important to look at that and examine it and pick it apart and understand it, comprehend it. Why am I like that? Do I need to be like that, or do I not need to be like that? Can I use it to my advantage, or do I just need to move on from whatever caused that and heal from it? It ain't easy.
No.
It's not easy to look in a mirror and look at yourself and look at the aspects of yourself that you don't like. Why do you hide them? Because you don't like them.
No, it's easier to blame other people.
Yes, it is.
What's the common denominator?
You.
Right.
Well,
And you know, that's a fact. And Scorpio says, you know what? I'm done with the Libra fluff. We're going to get to the dirty and underneath stuff. And that's what Scorpio does. And Scorpio does it well.
Hey.
And so welcome to Scorpio. Welcome to Scorpio.
Yeah. Here's your secrets. Look at them.
Do what?
Said here's your secrets. Look at them.
That's right. That's right. And the thing about and Pluto and Scorpio does rule the underworld. It does rule the underworld.
Yes.
So, and Mercury went into Scorpio. So when Mercury is in Scorpio, we will get to the bottom. We will reveal it. We are going to, it's power. It's getting there. And I'm done. I'm not fooling around anymore, little Miss Glitter Libra. I'm done.
And you got to have balance.
Yeah.
And in order for there to be light,
got to have dark.
Got to be darkness.
We're in the dark season.
Look at the light things, the shiny things. They don't like to look at the dark things. About
this. This is a huge karmic eclipse. Saturn is in play all week, everybody. Boom. Before this eclipse. And not only that, is Saturn is going to station to go forward in the beginning of November when it's at its strongest peak. So here comes the karma train. Here comes the karma train. Big time.
Yes.
Big time. And
that could be good.
This whole week, the sun is trining Saturn all week.
Yeah. And everybody talks about karma as being a bad thing. Karma is not a bad thing. Karma can help you. Karma can teach you. Karma can reward you. But look, you're going to be served.
Me and karma.
There you go. You are going to be served what you have dealt. Now, that could be in this life. That could be in a past life. You know, everybody thinks, okay, if I did this in a past life, this is my life now. How in the hell do I fix that? Oh, you fix it now. You deal with it now. Because everything you heal in this life moves back.
That's right.
Whatever you did back there, it's going to come up in this life. You can heal it. You can. Just by working through this life's transgressions.
Well, you know, and a lot of it's generational karma as well, where, you know, in your group of your little pod, your pod of ancestors and it can be generational karma.
Yes.
Curse. You know, you've heard generational curse. Dark shadow self to bright light self. Absolutely. No blame shifting. Lisa's right. It's very true. And this week, especially this week with the sun trining Saturn, it's going to, you know, Saturn is still moving, but it's going to station and go. And when it stations, it's at its most power.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So all the crap that Saturn has been going retro on and looking at, did you work on it? What did you do? Did you fix this mess?
Did you
Saturn will reward like no other.
Yes. Did you pay attention to what I was showing you? Hey, you made it.
Right. Did you fix? Did you fix it?
During the last 6 years, I have worked and worked and worked on me, on my foundation, who I was meant to be instead of who I became because
That's
of
right.
that thing. So the transition from being who I used to be to who I'm meant to be, who I'm supposed to be, hasn't been easy.
No.
I will talk a lot, not only on the show, on other people's shows, but just my nightly lives, when I do my fire pits and whatnot. I will talk about how, I've been sitting in the dark for a little while. Everybody worries, about me. Are you okay? Or, yeah, I'm good. I'm sitting in my dark. This is where I heal. This is where I do my shadow work. This is where something comes up. Okay, let's sit with it. Let's look at it. Let's figure it out. I am literally sitting in the dark, looking for the bright spark in whatever happened that is being brought up for me to look at. There is something good in that. And once I find it, everything clicks. Cool. I get it.
That's right.
Back. Here we go. Let's go. Let's roll.
And the older the soul, the harder the lesson, because you're aware of it.
Yes.
So it's like, bring more.
Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah.
I used to run from Mercury retrograde, and Pluto, forget it. I'm climbing under my rock. I ain't coming out. Nope.
That's your planet.
Don't care.
That and Mars.
Now that I've actually learned how it works, I've learned the process. I learned that it's actually here to help us.
Yeah.
Not harm us.
Amazing.
Everything changed.
Amazing.
Everything changed. And I started to grow. I had opportunities. Life is good. Even though life is still kind of shit, life is good. I'm happy.
You're happy.
I am happy living in half a house, if that. I'm happy. I got a roof. I kind of got walls. I got a bedroom door.
You got food.
I got heat. I got AC. I got food. I can cook. I got electricity. I got running water. I'm good.
And
That's
got a
more
job.
than a lot of people
you got
have
a great job.
I do.
So
and I tried to force getting a job. Did not work.
I know.
I had to sit back and say, okay, I wanted this one. I wanted this one. I wanted this one. You didn't let me have it. Why? I need this. Why? What's up? Buddy calls. Hey, I need this socket. You got one? Yeah, sure. Come on over. We started talking. He's like the head manager of Akuma. He's like, well, I was telling him about my story. You know what was going on? He's like, come work for me. Okay.
See? Just like that.
Let it flow.
Well, and when Saturn hit my 10th house, which is career, I found myself driving 1,000 miles a week for 3 years. What were my choices? I didn't have a choice. 17 years at a job where I had retirement. What did I do? Okay, universe, I guess I got something to learn by going back and forth. It's in your hands.
Yeah.
The minute that Saturn transit moved and went to another house, to the 11th house, I stopped driving.
Here you go.
And I was put back up at my old station where I had left 3 years prior.
Yeah.
So whatever lesson I had to learn, apparently I did it.
There you go.
But did I whine? No. Did I bitch? No. Was I tired? Yes. Did I go with the flow? Yes.
Yes.
Now I'm back where I was.
Absolutely.
What did I learn? Maybe I had to learn it. Maybe I had to meet other people.
It's a thing. It's a thing because people were removed from our lives. Once we healed from that, even a toxic person being removed from our life can be hurtful. It can be painful. But once you get through that, that makes room for a better person to come in. You lose a job. You work through it. Here's an opportunity for a better one. Here you go.
Right.
Well, that's not what I was looking for. This is what I'm giving you. There's reasons. Take it. Might be a stepping stone to something else. We don't know.
It's all universal laws.
Yeah.
It's Saturn is the old Led Zeppelin album with the Hermit. That is Saturn.
Yes.
It's the great teacher.
The Hermit. Renee, the Hermit.
The Hermit. I love the Hermit card. It's the great teacher.
That's Renee's card.
I love that card. That's a Virgo card, Renee. I love that card. That's Saturn. So that's big this week. So it's lessons learned, karma. What do I need to learn? What have I been shown? A lot of people glide through Saturn transits and they glide through them, nothing. Yeah. But when you're handed a lesson and you're on your knees, you trust in the universe.
Yeah.
You trust in your faith.
All right. They say, Jesus, take the wheel.
That's what I did.
It's the same thing. All right, Spirit. All right. Let's do this. Bring it.
Bring it.
Show me.
That's what that was what I kept saying. Show me.
Teach me.
Yeah, show me.
And if something happens to you and you don't like it, don't ask, why is this happening to me? Ask this, what is this teaching me?
What is it teaching me?
Find it.
So, yeah, and then what did I do?
Sit in your darkness until you find it. Find what it is teaching you. That is your little spark of light, and that is what you grow on. Yep. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, no, you didn't. It's true. What were you teaching me? And I mean, and I would think that. And then I thought, well, I've got an hour and a half, 2 hours each way. What can I do in the car? Well, hell, I'll work on cases.
Huh.
I'll work on my prayer life.
Yeah.
Huh. Amazing.
Everybody says, I want to learn a new language. Okay. I don't have time though. All right. But you got 2 hours a day you spend on TikTok.
That's right.
Facebook. I'm guilty of that. I am. I'll admit it.
Yep.
There's a lot of things I want to learn. I want to learn astrology. I want to get my Reiki masters. I've gotten the first two. I want to get my masters. A lot of things I want to get done in the house, but sometimes I need a break.
That is this week. That's this week. And this week you have the push of Scorpio saying, I'm here to help you because I will dig and dig until we find it. Use that Scorpio energy to your advantage.
Yes. I got to say one thing though.
What?
When you ask for an answer to a question, be prepared to see and hear the answer. Because it might not be what you wanted to see or hear. And you need to accept it. If you need to shut and lock a door, shut and lock the door.
Yep.
Don't keep banging on it. You keep banging on it, Pluto's going to pick you up and face plant you.
Yeah, destroy it.
So just go with the flow. Let me catch up on a couple comments here.
Go with the flow. While you're doing that, I'll yap about the eclipse. Okay, this eclipse is it's a full moon, which means the sun is on one side and the moon is on the other. They are opposing each other. The last eclipse, the sun and the moon were together. Okay. So we've got sun in Scorpio, moon in Taurus. This is about other people's money and money. Taurus is about what we are secure, what we like, what gives us security. It's about food. It's also about the food chain. It's about money, yes. How you make your money. Scorpio is all about other people's money, your debts, your taxes, inheritance. This is a huge money financial eclipse. Okay.
Maybe that'll be a good thing for me.
Yeah, it's a big revealing eclipse. Let's see. Guess who else is in on this eclipse? Uranus.
Doug.
Doug. I think Doug is in here. You know, this is. Let's see what else. It's very intense. When it's Scorpio energy, it's very, very intense.
Yeah.
There's a lot of water involved in this one too. It's going to be an emotional one.
Yeah, let me hit on that for just a second. Howie, it does not hurt to take a second look at things. Watch and watch again. Not wrong there.
You know, I think that's perfect. And that's Eclipse. And that's one with Scorpio involved. You fly higher, not as the eagle, but as the phoenix, you know, and you fly above everything and look down on it.
Yeah, because when you work on yourself, you will burn yourself to ashes. Literally, Scorpios do it all the time. It is not a one and done. Dark night of the soul is not a one and done. Excuse me. It's getting emotional, and that's okay. But what can anybody hear music right now? I need to know because I forgot to turn my stereo off.
No.
Okay, good. All right, I'm just gonna let it be. Squirreled, sorry. But it's when you're sitting there looking at the darkest parts of yourself, and it feels like everybody has abandoned you, and you're all by yourself dealing with this. That's where you need to be, dealing with it with yourself, not anybody else. Hey, this has happened. What should I do? My old buddies back in the day, let's go to the bar to get laid. That's not what I need to hear.
Right.
It might be what I wanted to hear back then, but it ain't what I needed to hear.
See?
And I think that's why I gravitate towards having female friends, because they will call me on my bullshit. They will say this.
Good.
Yeah. You know, that's why I asked you for advice. That's why I asked Michelle, Renee, Tiff, you know, there's too many to list. That's why I look to them for advice. Because, you know, no offense, because I do have some guy friends that I do reach out to now. But I had to make better guy friends. I had to let the old ones go.
Yeah.
Make room for new. Howie, I'm coming to a point where I acknowledge what people say. Yeah. It's, you know what? There's Joe. He lives down the street from me.
That's right.
He sees me going out and hugging my tree and picking up rocks and doing stuff in my backyard and charging my grid outside. You know, I'm bringing energy in, I'm charging my grid, you know, and it just looks to him like I'm a lunatic. I don't care.
Who cares?
What I'm doing serves a purpose. Eventually, he might have something start happening in his house. Guess who he's going to come ask? He's going to come ask the lunatic.
That's right. He'll ask you. Now, just remember too, this, because it's a full moon, it's release time. It's getting rid of what no longer serves you. And it's with the North Node. North Node is good. It's opening new doors.
But be cautious with the eclipse happening around the same time. That is turbocharged. Mm-hmm. I am not setting any intentions. What leaves. What comes in, comes in.
That's cool. Right.
I'm not making moon water. I'm not charging my stones or crystals.
Let it go.
I'm letting everything flow.
Let it go.
I'm saying, universe, here I am. What you feel needs to go, let it go. What you feel needs to come in, I'll let it come in.
And be aware that it can be an emotional one. It's got fixed signs as well, which means they don't want to budge. Mercury's got some hard aspects where words can be a little dynamic and a little loud. This is going to be a loud one. So words can be very hurtful. Just watch what you say, watch how you communicate, watch who you text, and we'll just ace right through this one.
reread the text before you send it.
Right.
Think about the words before you say them. If you get a text and you get triggered, reread it. It might be meant in a different aspect. Why did it trigger you? If you don't understand it, ask them, okay, I don't understand what you meant by that. Can you explain it better to me? Instead of, ah!
Well, and Mercury and Scorpio can be, the words can hurt because, there's power involved and it can be very to the point and very sharp, and just kind of watch the edges a little bit with words.
Some words are a double-edged sword.
But all in all, it's one. I think we're headed into the financial stuff that's really going to peak in April of 2024. It's a good ruling planet, Renee. I will tell you this much on our leaders chart. Again, he is being triggered again with this eclipse.
We have a leader.
Well, this eclipse is conjunct his natal moon in the 8th house of secrets. Eighth house is other people's money.
Secrets, other people's money, taxes, our money.
Now, I've talked about this before. Transiting Saturn is going to be on his south node, which is a double karma train coming at you. South node is karma. Saturn is karma. It's hitting right on his south node.
Woo woo.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. What other country? China. This eclipse is squaring the moon. Well, the moon in a mundane chart is the people. So let's look. We got to look at China to see what happens with her people. Something's going to happen with her people with this eclipse.
I think they might be getting kind of tired of being.
We don't know. Something. But
Overloaded.
Watch for the leadership thing because he's getting whacked again. He's got that stellium, that Scorpio stellium.
Yeah.
And this eclipse is really going to whack him good. And it's done that back at 29, where it's almost gone back into his 3rd house of communications, where his words just are not coming out.
No,
clearly. Or, he really can't speak.
No.
He's having, and I'm not meaning that in a funny way.
No.
It's a sad way.
It is. I don't wish harm on anyone.
No.
I don't.
He literally cannot put 2 sentences together.
No. It's sad.
It's very sad.
In my opinion, they used him for their agenda, and they knew what was going on, but they used him anyway. And it's sad. It really is.
Saturn hitting right at that house of communications. It's right on there.
Yeah.
So as soon as Saturn stations, like the beginning of November, it's going to be literally not able to speak. But then as it moves up into Aquarius, it'll ease off of him a little bit better.
Good. Yeah. So don't be surprised by whatever secrets come out in the news.
Yeah, they're coming. Other people's money.
Yeah.
Scorpio rules that.
Maybe I can. No, I'm not going to say that. Whatever is meant to come back into my life will come. Whatever is meant to be released from my life will be released.
God, I'll probably get another IRS letter.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't speak it into existence.
I get them.
And I will get caught up on the comments. I know there's a few I missed. But it's... it's...
What?
It's rough out there for a lot of people.
It is very rough. It's very rough. It'll get
But
better. It'll get better.
I've kind of just been floating through. I'm good. I have rough days, yes. Don't get me wrong. I do have rough days. But compared to where I've been the last couple of years,
Skating.
It's nice.
Get back up on the board. Get back up on the board. Just another thing. What's interesting is in the chart of Israel, it's a Libra rising. You know, that last eclipse hit right on the country of Israel, their ascendant.
The scales.
It's going to transform and change. Like it will never be the same.
That's probably going to be a good thing. But it's not going to be seen in that aspect for a bit. I'm just calling that.
Right.
That's what I'm seeing.
There are places that need to have their houses cleaned. And an eclipse will clean house.
The wind today. Speaking of cleaning a house. The wind. I got up this morning. The wind was blowing like a, you know what.
Yeah.
So what I do, I open my windows. And I had a curtain up on, my living room window over there. It's a shower curtain with a dragon on it. But I had a curtain. It was cheap, but yet effective. I had a little privacy. But that curtain was blowing in the wind. And I haven't seen that in this house for a couple of years. It was nice.
It's nice.
It got to the point where I had to lay down and take a nap, but I had to take the curtain down because it kept flopping in my face. I'll put it back up, but it was nice. I haven't had that for a long time. It's something little that I haven't seen for a long time. Always took it for granted. Don't take the little things for granted.
It's the little things. But, we'll get through it. We'll get through this one like we've gotten through them all.
Yeah.
One more.
Just let things flow. Yeah.
Yes. Watch your words.
Yes. That's what I'm looking at right now, actually, is the words I was about to put out.
Watch your words. Other than that, it's a financial one. I think it's probably the beginning of the end to get to April 2024. That's the big financial thing, I think.
Could be. You may be right.
That's what it looks like.
We have talked about this.
Yeah.
And we don't know what's going to happen.
No.
All of a sudden, we could be put back on the gold standard.
Boom.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Gold is up to $2,000 an ounce right now. So gold is starting to skyrocket.
Yeah. You know that one country over there, that real big one, the real big one on the other side, across the ocean, that real big one, with the bears and stuff, that one, the Beatles sang a song about it.
Yeah. In the snow.
They went back on the gold standard. Some other ones went too. And before a certain person left office, we were scheduled to as well. Didn't happen. So maybe
interesting.
But I really think that would be a good thing. Back when Kennedy tried to put us on the silver standard,
he got it.
He got assassinated.
He got whacked.
People don't want that because then they can't control. They cannot control the interest rates.
Right.
We need it.
Yeah. It's coming. I'm going to say we'll talk about April 2024 like later.
Yes.
That's what I think, but we'll be okay.
Yes. Yes.
We don't have a choice.
Oh, we do. We just need to make
9:05. We could go buy an island. Let's get the hell out of here.
Make our own community.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll go.
Well, hey, I was on city council, and I've got some experience in leadership and in politicking and stuff like that in a good way. Just saying. Okay. And I can do garden stuff and canning stuff.
Yeah, I'll make candles.
Hunting and fishing stuff, that kind of stuff. I can do stuff.
Get a brewery.
Okay. All right, girl. On that note, I'm sure you want to hop off of here.
All righty.
You're tired. You've been on here for 2 hours, with the other shows. So.
All righty. Well, have a great week. I'll talk to everybody later.
All right.
Bye, hon.
Bye.
Have a good one.
You too. All right, I'm gonna go back to some of these comments over here. I ain't disappearing yet. I ain't going nowhere yet. I'm lucky in the aspect that on the RNN network, that little logo right there, yeah, that's RNN network, R.I.F.T Nation Network. There's no shows after mine, so I can go over a little bit. Just saying. So I got to get caught up on these comments because Rich, okay, but how do you resolve situations where people are targeting individuals, are not going places without contributing to the madness of people stalking him? And also drinks for Lighthouse, serial killers, and Eric during certain cycles, and the innocent. I don't know what that last sentence means. But when certain people are getting targeted by other people, they need to deal with that situation. There's nothing we can do about it if that person will not allow us to help them. So they have to figure that out. If somebody's getting stalked, get the evidence, write it down, take pictures, video, whatever you need to do to go to law enforcement, get restraining orders. Yes, I know it's a piece of paper, but it's a start. Get the evidence. That's where we start. Yes, Renee, even when your Scorpio is in Doug, but that may be a benefit. If you think about it, that may be a benefit. Because what does Doug bring up for us to deal with? What does Doug do? So if we're already used to sitting in the dark and dealing with the dark, just saying. Yeah, Lisa, come on, Taurus. Let's see. Yes, kind of happened at Scarefest where they're looking and seeing things. Yeah. Sometimes you just have to sit back and relax. You have to not try to force seeing it. Sometimes you just got to sit back. And then all of a sudden, here it is. There's been times where I've needed answers, wanted answers, didn't have a route to get those answers. Okay, I'll wait. Then I get a message, text message, Facebook message. I get a phone call. Hey, this is what's going on. Ah, cool. Here's my answers. I just had to be patient and wait. Always love and memory comes around to Scorpio as it is conducting or returning to her Mercury, and always see things clearly and know what she's saying. And that is thanks to her first alien placement in Sagittarius, the IC sign of the zodiac. I see. We have 3 eyes. 1, 2, 3. This is actually an eye inside of our brain that is attached via nerves to these eyes. Oh, typos. Psh, we're good. Yeah. Imagine that. Just let things flow. If somebody wouldn't have given a bunch of money to another place that I'm not going to mention on here, we wouldn't be in this right now. Just saying. Hang on. My brain just got fried. Okay, let me see. Hang on. 12th house individuals are in a type of prison throughout and often feel stuck, but this comes from their past life. Okay, get that. But we can cleanse that in this life. That's what I was talking about earlier. Aquarius, with Pluto transiting Aquarius, and a lot of things will be jumping off. It's, yes. There's a Facebook page called Targeted Individuals. Interesting. I did not know that. Patricia, you're fine. It's a thing. I'm typing. Half the time, I don't even hit the keys, and it goes up. It's my energy. So I have got to reread before I send. If I sent something without rereading, proofreading it, I'm screwed. Just saying. Just saying. So this eclipse may knock some people on their ass. It may bring some very good things to others. Just let it flow. Accept it. And it's not always easy to accept bad things. Well, what we perceive as bad. But if you sit back and look at it, eventually something good will come back into your life because of that loss. It might not be tomorrow. It might not be next month. It might be next year. It may be 5 years from now. I don't know. But when that happens, you're going to see it. It's going to click. I get it. I get it now. Targeted individuals is usually regarding various factors of government who deliberately targeted certain people. Yeah, we're not going to get into things that deep on here. That's a whole nother rabbit hole. And I have already been in the white bands watching me. I don't need that again. Just saying. So 28th eclipse, full moon, current retrogrades, trines, all kinds of stuff up there is going on, and there ain't nothing we can do about it. It's gonna happen. What happens is gonna happen. So the best thing we can do is just prepare for a little bit, sit back, let it roll, let it flow. Okay, this happened. What do I need to do now? Grab a piece of paper, grab a pen, make a list, get it done. Yes, major rabbit hole. So on that note, we got more coming through. Oh, they've been flying. There's no doubt in my mind, man-made crafts have been flying. We've reversed engineered stuff for years. What I'm curious about is when they're going to announce that there's actually real ones out there. Between the eclipse, full moon, and thinning veil, yes. And the eclipse is going to thin that veil that much more. So business is about to pick up in the paranormal. And not only the paranormal, but in your lives as well, because your guides are going to be able to get through that much more easier to give you messages on what direction you need to go that you're not going. So sometimes you may think you're being haunted. No, it's your guides kicking your butt. Keep getting a pen thrown at you. Sit down and write something. They keep hiding your cigarettes. Maybe you're supposed to quit smoking. Just think about what's going on. It can make sense. Make your board, work your board of agenda to complete. Yes, make a whiteboard. like I've got all kinds of room up here. I'm setting some goals right now. I decided to start setting some goals at Scarefest. I'm going to write them on paper and I'm going to put them on a wall. I don't know which wall yet. Haven't decided yet. But I'm going to put my goals up there so I see them every day and I think about them every day. Going to get them accomplished. Yeah, business is going to pick up. And that's okay. It is. We get to help people learn. When that happens, we get to help people learn. And then the cases decline because they know how to handle things then. They learn how to communicate with their guides and understand the signs a little bit better. And that lessens the load on us. So it's full circle, you know. We help people, people need help. As we help ourselves, we can help other people better. Flies. If there's a lot of flies, there is a portal somewhere, a hole, a rip, a tear. They are being sent through. Somebody is sending them normally, from my experience. Okay, my opinion, my experience. Happened here a couple times. Fly strips were my friend. I put a little juju in the fly strips, hung them up. Guess what? After about a week, it was done. That simple. So button the home up. You know, if flies are coming through a screen in the window, what do? You fix the hole in the screen. So if there's a hole in the energetic field, what do? We fix the hole. Good. Yeah, you have to realize, what are my goals? Where do I want to be in 3 months? Where do I want to be in 6 months? Where do I want to be in a year? Where do I want to be in 5 years? Write it down, put it up so you can look at it. One of the goals I made was at Scarefest. I made this goal at Scarefest after staying in the hotel we stayed in. There's a hotel right there, and built pretty much right in the Lex Center, or right next to it. I think it's the Hilton. It's not cheap, but it is within walking distance of everything that we need to deal with for Scarefest. No driving, no nothing. That's my goal. Next year, I want to stay there. That is where I want to be able to stay next year. Will I be able to? I don't know. Am I going to have to put a little extra work in order to do that? Probably. Am I willing to? Yeah. But that's one of my goals. Another goal is to go back to Scarefest next year. I have others. I'm keeping those quiet for now. Lisa, I'm getting the manuscript in a movie form. Yes, you need to do that. You need to do that. That is going to go somewhere, just saying. There you go. At one time, that was just a goal. Now you're going. Yes, Renee. Yes. We got to make that goal. If we don't, it's okay. Maybe it's next year. That's all right, too. But either way, we're going to have a better hotel than we did last year or this year. Well, last year and this year. Because when you walk out in the hallway and you can get high as a Chinese kite, that ain't cool. Especially when it smells like a skunk. Not cool. Not cool. So I need to start looking now for the hotel room for next year. I need to see how much it's going to cost now, because the closer we get to an event, the more those rooms go up. So the sooner we can get that booked, the less expensive it's going to be. Okay, you just piqued my interest. You just piqued my interest. That is actually another goal that I have made for myself, is to act in another movie. I got one down. It was my very first one. No lines, no nothing. We shot it in a weekend. I did all right. With a little guidance, a little learning, maybe I can do better. Who knows? But I got to be careful, because I got to keep my job, my full-time job, which supports me and the household and my Freya. But, I'm looking to step into some other things. Maybe I don't have to work in a factory all my life. Just saying. Not wrong. Thank you for that. We're going to have a conversation. All right. I'll check it as soon as I can here. Oh, that's nice, girl. That's cool. That's cool. Interesting you sent that. Interesting you sent that message, because I just looked at it. I just looked at the painting. And I gained the nickname of Short Jesus at Scarefest. You can't even make that up. Renee, did I not? Raymond, if you're still on here, Raymond actually gave me the nickname. I'm now Short Jesus. But on that note, I think Short Jesus is going to jump off of here and take care of a couple things. Got some things to look at. That's all right. So be sure and check out all the shows on the RNN network. In fact, I'm going to do something here. F Nation. There we go. Copy, paste. I'm going to put the link to the Nation right here. So you can go check out all the shows, because I am brain dead and cannot remember them, because Scarefest has melted my brain. Just saying. I got to make sure I still got your number. My phone has been whacked. I got it. I still got it. So I will, I'm actually going to make a note to do that so I don't forget. Not that I'm forgetful or anything, but once in a while I can be a little forgetful. So I will get that done. It might not be tonight, but I will get it done. I got 2 cases I got to look into, and I will get you called. So thank you for that. On that note, like I said, go check out the R.I.F.T network. All kinds of awesome shows. Otter's Den, Mysteries. Joni's show, R.I.F.T, Howie's. He's got a Wednesday thing he does in the morning with coffee, like current events, I think. I need to catch up on what else is going on, because I'm so far behind. I don't know. yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna make a list. I have not done that yet. I need to put that on my list. I need to make a list on my list. This is how my list works. It's crazy. Lisa, that means a lot to me. It really does. Thank you. That means a lot. So on that note, I'm going to end this before it gets too emotional. And I have got to find the right video here. And there it is. We'll see you next time on the Otter's Den. Thank you for joining in. And find your peace. Let things flow.